through.
Being a referee is by far the hardest job in professional sports. To try and keep up with the amount of plays, the amount of possessions, I do not envy their job.
And over 2.5 minutes in the books here in the fourth. Branham, the pass to Mamu Kalishvili. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. Should we know that not many teams have had steady core players like the Warriors have had over the past decade.
Well, there's so much player movement these days, and it's hard to keep any roster intact, let alone a superstar team like Golden State.
And he makes the first. And the NBA last season, Richard, really emphasizing it's an 82-game league. And I know you love that.
Oh, that is my favorite thing. I was taught by the legends of the game that you go out there and play every single night that you can. At some point in time, the sports and science team realized that it is very difficult to be a professional. But I stand by. 82 games is an achievement that very few can achieve now.
For San Antonio, they've gone 1 of 4 since the end of the third quarter. Here's McLaughlin. Pass to Vassell. Tries from 10. It's tipped. Healed against Vassell. To the paint. And a little over 3.5 minutes in the books so far here in the fourth. Going inside.
Oh, my! Nice finish. That is not possible. What we just... is that possible?
I think it is, Greg. Not probable, but like possible, like you said. And so it's Vassell who brings up the ball for the Spurs. With some arc, it's hauled in by Jackson Davis. Golden State's gone 1 of 2 from three-point range here in the fourth. Kuminga lays it up off the glass.
And not hard to see. Why they are giving up points on this run. Just too many good looks from in close.
An intentional foul committed, but for what purpose, Greg? I'm not sure.
A scene of confusion right there. I can't imagine why he thought it was a good idea to foul there.
Pass to Castle. To halt the run. Good on the three-point shot. Castle's got 31.
And you know, he's really been one of the few bright spots for them, trying to will this team to victory.
Here's Post. The tray. Vassell grabs the board. Vassell's got 4 rebounds in this game. Driving the lane, and that one is hammered home.
He wasn't going to settle on that play. Vassell with the assertive take to the bucket.
Pass to Spencer. The 3. Cans it from downtown. Spencer's got his first 3 points of the game.
He's just stretching him out. The defense has got to do a better job of staying attached to him.
And the lack of defensive pressure on shots like that is a big reason they're down by double digits. Nice work there to get a body, seal off his man, and collect the glass. That is textbook.
Healed the pass to Spencer. Here's Post. Another 3 for Golden State.
Yeah, that's 2 straight 3-pointers they've allowed.
San Antonio's gone 2 of 3 in the fourth quarter from long range. Good shooting so far. It's Vassell on the wing. Good work there as it goes. Vassell's got 19 points.
The more Vassell scores inside, the more it frees up his mid-range game. That is essential to his success.
Timeout called the Warriors. And now, let's present our New Balance Player of the Game, Moses Moody.
And he's just been crushing it from the field tonight, Kevin. Whether it's been on open looks or with the guy draped all over him, he just hadn't missed much. With his percentage in the sky-high range, they've had no choice but to make him their #1 option on every trip.
And with their spot in the postseason assured, he's picking up just at the right time to be on top of his game.
And playing with the lead, you can see they're making a much more concerted effort to work the ball inside here in the second half.
At the line for the Warriors, Kevin Knox II. At the line for one.
One shot.
Some people, RJ, have called for fewer regular season games. Could that help?
Absolutely not. If Kareem Abdul-Jabbar can take commercial flights and have to stay the night over and play 82 games, I think that the teams today can play 82 games.
To the inside. Here's Sohan. Makes it off the glass.
That's a blue-collar bucket right there. Grown man basket. Put in the work. Got a second chance to score.
To the left wing. This one for three. Here's Looney. Rebounded by the Spurs. Sohan's got 6 rebounds now in the game. Pass to Castle. Good, and Paul gets the assist. Paul's got 4 assists in the game.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
Here's Post. Here's Looney. Rebound by Sohan. Sohan's got rebound number 7 for him tonight. And the rebound goes to the Warriors. Looney's got 4 rebounds now tonight.
And to put things simply, this has not been his quarter.
Here's Knox. An easy 2 points on the layup.
I like the intention, the focus, finding a way to make it work inside.
And it's Paul with the ball for San Antonio. From outside off the mark. Here's Spencer, defended by Paul. Pulls from the top of the key, and it's good off the back rim and in. Knox has got 7 points here in this quarter.
2 minutes remaining in the game.
San Antonio's gone 2 of 5 on 3-point shots since the end of the third quarter. Pass to Barnes. Vassell outside. Inside, here's Castle. And there's a nice one-handed slam.
The finish was nice, but the setup was better.
Yeah, G8, the pick working to full effect before the stuff.
Yeah, you like the pick to set up the open shot, but when it leads to a dunk, okay, even better, you'll take it.
A nice shot by Spencer.
Used the pick to perfection and got all the way to the rim.
1:33 left in the fourth quarter. Spencer's gone 2 of 3 from the field.
And one team is just completely outclassing the other tonight. Spirited performance, and it really ignited what is turning out to be a monster win here for the Warriors.
And guys, the fast break was run, I thought, beautifully all night by these guys. I think that was a big part of their success.
Yeah, they definitely ran the break well. A big advantage in that category, and they continually put pressure on the defense.
And so when you look at the season record, this one will tally up win number 43 on the year.
And after dropping game 1 in this matchup, they managed to take the second of a 3-game season series. No question, that's a morale booster.
Both free throws good from Paul. You know, Richard, so many stars have done it. Any thoughts on a player asking for a trade with multiple years remaining on their contract?
If you're unhappy in any marriage, you should always get out. That is my opinion. Teams do it all the time. They'll sign a player to 5 years and then trade him in 2. So if a player is unhappy after 3 years of a 5-year contract, it's okay for him to request a trade, but continue to show up to work. That is my only request from the players.
Here's Santos. Here's Post. And that's good. A nice job in the glass as they pick up 2 on the second effort.
They just blocked out the noise, kept on grinding, and this is their reward.
All road wins. They're just so sweet. They're just so sweet. You know why? Because they are so hard to come by.
Shoots. and he nails the jumper.
Saw the opportunity to put this away and did not turn it down.
And that score probably slams the door for any would-be comebacks. And look, they put this one to bed.
Down low, Barnes passes to Sohan. Pass to Santos. Count the bucket, and he's got a free throw coming up as well.
Yeah, taking it right into the teeth of the defense, and it's a defense that's starting to look frustrated.
That's the kind of aggression you want to see when you've got a team on the ropes.
At the line for one.
6 seconds left in the fourth quarter. So we see the Warriors taking the game here. To come into an opponent's building and dominate the way they did tonight says, I think, Greg, an awful lot about this team.
I guess they don't need home cooking to feel at home. I mean, Kevin, just a masterful performance all the way around.
And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Thanks very much. Draymond, one of the cliches of basketball is that the ball finds energy. When teammates are making shots, does that give you more energy?
Oh, yeah, it does. You know, when we're in the flow, the ball's just moving around. It allows me to play make, and then I just try to find an open gap and take the shots where they are.
Man, it was really flowing tonight, man. Congrats on the win. Back to you.
Thank you, David. And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. So for our reporter, David Aldridge, and our analysts, Richard Jefferson and Greg Anthony, I'm Kevin Harlan. We thank you for watching tonight's game. And now, our player of the game, Moses Moody.